Welcome guys to another episode of the XBA. It's going to be a bit of a shorter one. I was supposed to get 9 games in. We ended up with 5. So it's split up into 2 parts. We'll have more games this weekend on Sunday with the standings reveal as we will hit January 1st after the video or after the next video. So let's get this one underway, guys. We are in Pennsylvania here, Pittsburgh to be exact. We have a Pennsylvania matchup. Philly and Pittsburgh. We've seen them face off a couple times in this series. Philly looking to build on last year's success. They have a super deep team. Pittsburgh, though, also, I'd argue 8 or 9 strong. They got really good bench options and some new starters like Max Ross with a big dunk there. He's kind of taking over that shooting guard role. But you also have guys that are like Cam Reddish and Miles Bridges, guys that have been around for a while. You see Jairus Pagtakan making a 2. He wants that 6th man award this year, but there's his competition right there, Cam Reddish, 4-3. AJ Creighton making an impact as a rookie in a big way. There's a Roscoe with a big dunk, and it is a 15-point lead for Pittsburgh, and an easy 2 for Diamantakos right before the half ends. And safe to say that Philly is getting drubbed on the stat sheet, and it's translating to a decent lead here for Pittsburgh. Skipping ahead here to the fourth quarter, we got 96-87, and Philly's going to miss, so rebound will go to Max Ross, and he's going to fire it into Karl Anthony Towns. Got 1:56 left. Lloyd Rosado with the and one. He's trying to will his guys back into this thing, but he's going to miss the free throw. Pittsburgh getting a miss here on the other end, and Philly's going to take it in. It's De'Aaron Fox for 2. Paladins call timeout. He's up to 20 points. So Philly hanging around here. Need a stop on Towns, though, and he's going to go to the line, make it 100-91. Deep 2 and a loose ball foul against Miles Turner. So the game is over, guys. 102-95. Pittsburgh gets the W. I feel like Pittsburgh, you see Max Ross with 26 points and Towns with 19 boards. They just have that feel to me like this could be their year in terms of winning the XBA title. They've gotten there once, the same core of guys virtually, but they've added to that as well. So let's check out this one. We get the Riptide at 6-7. The Jacks are 7-5. Jacks got off to a decent start this year. I believe they were 7-2, but they've dropped 3 straight. But we see the numbers there. Apollo St. Patrick has morphed into one of the top scorers in the XBA. He's outscoring Trae Young, but these guys can score too. It's Jokic and Jaylen Brown. Zagarach inside for 2. It'll be 16-10. There's the rookie, Javon Kendrick. He's a big dude. He's over 7 feet, power forward. And then a 2 ball for Smart. We're going to miss Trae Young. Kendrick gets that rebound. Finds Marcus Smart. And inside, Apollo St. Patrick is going to dunk over Trae Young and send him to the ground. Possibly in concussion protocol after hitting his head. Who knows? But that was a posterizing moment there for Apollo St. Patrick, who, like I said, I believe it was in the very first video of this season. I feel like he is really coming into his own. He has the look and feel of a true all-star and one of the top scorers in the league at point guard. So we have to watch out for that narrative. We could be talking MVP here, unless, Anthony Davis or Giannis with all the rebounds, unless they get it. But I feel like St. Patrick's working his way into the mix. Not having an amazing game here with 6 points and 3 rebounds, but the game is young and the blowout is on. Trae, this is Orlando champion. He's going to float one in for 2, but it's still not looking great. DiVincenzo, we got ourselves a 17-point game after Winslow makes that, and you guys remember DeMar DeRozan. He was a first-round draft pick in the XBA fantasy draft by the Washington Founders. He arguably could have set that franchise back. He's now just a role player at this stage in his career. I believe he's 36 in 2023. So he's getting up there. We get Trae Young for 2. He's trying to get his guys back in this thing, and we have a 3-second violation on the offense. Orlando champion, gonna miss though. Jokic with the rebound, and then a Deep 2 looks like. 91-74. Honolulu gets smoked in this one. The Jacks, you're eating some roasted shark. Okay. You apparently can eat shark, just so you know. Although I read that it's high in mercury, so you guys got to watch that if you wish to go that route. Okay, Trae Young led the way with 20 points in the losing effort. We have the Supernovas and the Phoenix Monsters at the Lizard Lair, and 2K rudely cuts away from their records. Supernova struggling. They're not doing too hot. 5 and 10. Not rebounding particularly well. And Phoenix still has the XBA champions on their sideline there. So, you know, they're living in the past. They refuse to accept the fact that they did not win the championship last year and that it's somebody else's championship. Namely, the Atlanta Olympians. All right, 26-24. We get Tyrese Halliburton going for the tie. He's turning into quite the scorer as well for Phoenix off the bench. So you guys saw Cam Reddish and Pogticon. There's Halliburton again. We got a lot of 6th man of the year candidates here developing in the season. There's Cameron Ranger, the rookie. He's getting some significant minutes. He's playing some power forward as well as small forward, and he's doing a pretty good job. Russell, though, is going to hit the deck after the block. SoCal pretty competitive in this one, but Daya is going to score, and DJ Webb will commit the foul, and then Culver is going to foul. Who else? That's Silas Meissner, the former XBA 2 high-riser, getting it done there, and Booker scoring. So this Phoenix team starting to come alive here against, frankly, a lackluster opponent, a struggling opponent in the Supernovas. They're getting out-rebounded by 6. They do have 4 steals, but they're having a hard time out here as Troy Brown Jr. is going to nail a 3, make this thing a double-digit lead here. Clarkson inside, make it 15. Halliburton, okay, we got 3 ball from Russell. SoCal's going to need Russell to score here late, but in the 4th quarter, Middleton's going to go to the line. It's going to be 88-76. We're going to miss. And then again, Gregory's going to haul that rebound in. It's going to be dished out to Deontay Murray, and he will score, put Phoenix over 90 points. There's Karis LeVert. Been a little quiet today for the free agent acquisition, but you know, SoCal needs to be more active beyond the arc, I think, if they're going to start winning games here. Because the way they've been doing it, it's not exactly working as they drop to 5 and 11. They'll be good enough for last place in the Western Conference. Still time for things to change. But losing John Collins and Chris Paul, I don't know how exactly they're going to rebound from that. They lost both of those guys just to replace them with Karis LeVert, who had 4 points today and took 1 shot. So they're going to need more out of LeVert for sure in the future. Now, I like this matchup here. The Cincinnati Kitchen. We got Cincinnati and New York. Cincinnati hovering around 500, so they're holding their own. New York has put some wins together. They're in the upper half of the Eastern Conference so far. It's the first time we've seen them. Shamon Hargrove has been one of the top rookies so far in the early going, as to be expected from the first pick overall. However, this New York City Slicker team got those big 3 guys. It's going to be Marcus Anthony 4-3. You got LaMelo Ball and Malik Jones. So Malik is having himself a game here as he's going to knock a 2-ball down. Going the other way, there's Marcel McFly, the big point guard. And there's Malik with the dunk. And there is Anthony to Malik for the 2. And Hargrove for 3. Gets the roll. So Hargrove is scoring, though. That's really what Cincinnati wants to see. This guy's scoring, too. Malik Jones had himself a huge first quarter. That's going to be Bates Diop for 3. Floater from LaMelo. So you got a decent lead here for New York. 5 points. Going to cut into that a little bit with the Killian Hayes 3-ball. There's Lou Dort from Steph Curry range and knocks it down under a minute in the half left to go. Hargrove going to commit the foul, and then Carmelo is going to get the ball poked away. LaMelo Ball going to shoot the 2. So Carmelo making a rookie mistake, or more appropriately perhaps an expansion team mistake. That's what expansion teams do. Okay, they turn the ball over right before the half as they're trying to go for a tie, and then it goes the other way for points. So Jones and Hargrove are tied at the half here. McFly going to knot this thing up. 78-78. Good block there by the defensive-minded Wally Kane, who has been a really big factor for this Chili Dogs team. And we get another 3-second violation. Second one we've seen today. It's going to on McFly going the other way. LaMelo going to clean up his own mess and score. Hargrove gets it back with a tie, 80-80. Fans in the Cincy Kitchen going nuts. It's 87-87. McFly misses a 2. I think he should have had that one. 2.5 minutes left in the fourth. New York trying to move the ball around, trying to find somebody open. I'm going to Malik, and there he is. No, it's Siakam. Siakam's inside and draws the foul. Hargrove, only his second on the day, but that was a crucial foul right there. 10 points for Siakam, and he will miss. Siakam again, missing. Hargrove with the rebound. Goes to Kane to McFly. 2:20. Cincinnati's going to survive that attempt. And let's see what McFly has. He's dribbling all over the place. He's putting some moves on. He's got it right there. And he hesitated. He will get to the line, though. Maybe he was trying to draw the foul. I don't know, but it's now 89-87. There's LaMelo Ball for 2. He's got to knot this thing up. We got a minute and a half. McFly inside with the foul. Gets the first. He's up to 16 points now. And misses the second. Siakam with the rebound. We got a minute and a half now. Officially. Malik to Anthony. Anthony gets the easy wide open look and knocks it down. McFly will miss. Siakam with the board. It's now under 110. LaMelo. No good. Claxton rebound and foul on Wally Kane. The center Claxton gets 1. And then McFly missing again. Hargrove picks it up. Wanted the and 1. Obviously not going to get it though. He misses the first. And we'll make the second. Make this thing a 2-point game. Malik Jones. He's going in for the kill. Just like that LaRue song from a decade ago. 95-91. New York City Slickers. We got about 30 seconds now. And a turnover. Kind of happened pretty fast. But we have a turnover. And Jarrett Payton's going to go to the locker room with the W. Cincinnati still looking for that first gameplay victory. Obviously, they've won a handful of games so far. They're not looking too bad in the process, but they're going to drop this one to maybe a team with a little bit more firepower. Hargrove had 22, Malik had 29, and they had 5 scores over 10 points as Trendon Watford chipped in with 11. So guys, now we are going to check out the brothers matchup here between the Dragons and the Stags. And again, 2K so rudely cutting away. Those are the records. Surprisingly, the Dragons have played 4 more games than the Stags. I'm see CJ Thomas numbers there. He's scoring a lot. I'm excited to see how these New Look Dragons do. You know, they spent a year in purgatory last year. They weren't doing too hot. But the Stags, on the other hand, just being 500 is a big deal for them. As we saw, Larothable make a 2. CJ Thomas went to the line. We had a tied game here. Mason Hendricks, who was arguably the best rookie in the league last year. This might be the best rookie in the league this year. The EuroLeague import, Juan Bautista Larothable. You guys see a peek at the standings. Toronto, if the season ended today, would be in the playoffs. So things are looking up for the Stags. And their future looks very bright as well. You know, they were able to hold on to Markelle Fultz. That'll help them in the near term. But they do have a lot of rookies. Guys like AQ Taylor. Or got a lot of 1 and 2 year guys like Cardoso and John Schooner, who has lost a bit of playing time with the Ayton addition. But we know that Schooner will be a factor going forward for sure. Aaron Gordon going to push Hendricks to the ground. So far, the younger Hendricks is taking care of things here. We have Malachi Hendricks for the Dragons, who we have not really seen. We see him getting burned there on defense. Now having a big shooting game right now. Walker's going to miss the 3 right before the half. So the Stags are in control on the road in San Francisco. It is 50-38. Ayton with 8 and 11. Kemba Walker is the focal point offensively today. But Hendricks going to score, make this thing a 14-point game. Larothable with the turnaround. It's now a 16-point game. Waiting on that Hendricks highlight. He's going to dish one to Kemba. And they're going to give him the 3 there. It'll be 60-45. Fultz. There's Hendricks fouling on defense. So he's not having a very good game. This is a game to forget. Here's Jaden Hunter. 4-2. He's going to fall down. Foul is going to go on Cardoso. Hunter trying to make a big play, trying to motivate this team a little bit. But Cardoso is going to score on him. It'll be 66-50 right now. Kemba is going to miss the floater. So the Dragons are running out of time. As there's Hendricks with the lay-in. Not looking too flashy. He's just very workmanlike. He doesn't need the pizzazz. California working their way into this thing, though. It's now an 8-point game, and Hendricks going to dunk it, so the Stags are struggling to really put them away. Hendricks with a shot, no good. The other Hendricks gets the rebound. Van Vliet will miss. Whiteside corrals it. So we got a minute 50. This thing is not over, especially when you got scores like CJ Thomas. And finally, Hendricks with a big highlight for the Dragons. And Thomas is getting pumped up. But the score for Toronto, we are now down to a minute. And the bank shot is no good. So Toronto holds on. It's a competitive game late, though. California really took control in that fourth quarter to make this thing a ball game. But the Stags come out on top. Dragons still 11-8, so nothing to sneeze at here. They're not looking too bad. Thomas only had 16 in this game. Hendricks had 8 and 2. And the other Hendricks had 27. Lorathable 14, Ayton with 10 and 15. So you guys see how young that roster is. They still have a lot to look forward to here in Toronto. And I think if they make the playoffs this year, that's just gravy for them. Because really, looking at next year, I think. You know what you guys thought of this video? Like I said, I didn't have the standings at the end of this because it was intended for 9 games. So we'll have the standings at the end of the video. I'll probably toss in a couple extra games on Sunday. So if you guys stick around till then, you guys will see a good picture of how your teams are doing. I'll let you know the Western Conference is stacked right now, top to bottom. A lot of teams still alive, almost all of them still alive as we inch towards January. Eastern Conference, you saw Chicago playing very well. That might change by the end of the next video, as we are in, I think, in late November as of the end of this video. So just check in next or this weekend, and we'll go from there. So guys, we'll be, before you know it, at the trade deadline, and before you know it, we'll be in that playoff chase. So we'll have standings and injury report for you in the next one. All right, guys. Peace.